now we're all humming It's a Small World, There's a Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, and Feed the Birds, let's all take our chat to its crescendo and think about what's been going on for the last 5 years. Um, so many things have happened and have been waffled about. And we are going to think about a few moments of gratuitous reflection. So um, I set everybody
I
a
love
task
that
in
description, Claire. Gratuitous reflection. I actually,
Well, it is.
I'm going to write that down. I'm going to use that. That has got to
You're
be. I'm
welcome.
going to use that. I love that. The last word you gave me, I can't repeat, but that came from your good friend Anna. But I'm not allowed to mention that here.
I do use,
I use
some nice words.
that one word very often. But yeah,
Yeah.
gratuitous reflection, I think, it's right up there. I like it.
So in preparation for recording, I did ask everyone to think about their top 5 in 5. So it's a bit like 10 things to know before you go, but our version of it, 5 in 5. And we're going to go round our virtual birthday party table and talk about 5 things. 4 of them are highlights and memories, and 1 is something else. So I'm going to start with over the last 5 years, what has been everyone's favourite park expansion highlight? I'm going to start with Simon.
Guardians, without a doubt, for me. That is now the best roller coaster experience. As much as you might miss Ellen, but I think that's still been the single greatest thing that they've added. And I'm not a particular Star Wars fan. I get it. I watch it. I watch the TV series, but I'm more of a Marvel person, and therefore has to be Guardians for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty epic, and I think it'll come up again in the future in this conversation. Robin?
Stop the smile. That's the problem. When you get off that ride, it doesn't matter how many times you ride it. In the end, there's just something about the end of that ride when you come off the end of it.
It's Drax's comment in the last bit, and it's just you get back into the music, and it's you just get out of there, hit the
massive endorphin rush.
You can feel the endorphins running through your veins.
Robin, what about you? What did you pick?
I don't know. I did see what everyone else has written down, so I tried to go for something a bit different that might not come up again. But I also think I feel like it's not really rated as well. Like people, when you think of what's come to Disney in the last 5 years, I feel like what I've chosen wouldn't necessarily come to the forefront. But it's the Skyliner. How good is that? It's saved on the buses, the queues. I know, Claire, it's your favourite. It's a ride all on its own. It's just, we went on a ride. We got on it when we were there just to go on the Skyliner. It's a bit like the monorail. You get on it just to be on the monorail. It's the same thing.
Yeah, we could have taken the bus from the boat from Hollywood Studios to Boardwalk. And we didn't. We got on the Skyliner just to go.
Went all the way to Epcot.
All the way to Epcot, and then walked back, just for the sake of it.
Because you could.
We haven't been on the Skyliner yet. I think the Skyliner is such a good addition. It's helpful. It's fun. It's not having to queue for a bus. So it's the Skyliner. Yeah,
good call, and probably I don't think anyone else will have picked that either.
No.
Do you know what? I really wish I should have.
Yeah,
because I really enjoy the Skyliner. And
What about you, Ben? What did you pick then? If you didn't pick that?
Well, I had. There's a lot of choice, a lot of things to think about, but I've got a video of what. So if you listen to the podcast, head over to YouTube because you'll probably guess from the soundtrack of this. But I've got a video clip here too.
Good call.
I was totally blown away by this. I was not expecting when we heard, and I remember on previous podcasts we've mentioned that this does not belong in Epcot. This should be in like Animal Kingdom or somewhere else. It was just, but no,
For those that are listening on the podcast, what is it?
yeah, good
There
point.
could,
It's
there could
Moana.
have been a great competition going on in people's cars as they're listening to that. Yeah, I'm just imagining
What is
there's
it?
an argument going on.
Oh,
So
I hope there was.
yeah,
I'm hoping everyone could hear the sort of Moana soundtrack underneath that.
Yeah.
Because it was so subtle. It was really good, and there was
Yeah.
so much technology that has been used in that area. And yeah,
It's brilliant, isn't it? Moana Journey of Water. It was on my short list to talk about today.
Yeah.
I just think that when you spend time there, particularly at night, people,
Yeah.
just as a heads up, nighttime is better than during the day.
Yeah.
When you look at all the rock carvings, you can see all the different characters that they've snuck in there. The cast members around the attraction are amazing. They will point things out to you if you haven't noticed them.
It's the one thing that when we got to the end of it, we thought this is something that we have seen literally everybody of all ages go through this walkthrough and smile.
Yeah, totally.
And it was
Oh.
exactly, and we just thought actually this is what Walt would have wanted of
Yeah.
like Epcot, the edutainment, the side of it, of the people learning about this and then enjoying themselves while doing it.
But also entertainment for the whole family, whether they're 2 years old or 90 years old. The
Totally.
families having fun together.
yeah.
It's what Crocs were made for.
Especially the Epcot theme
Moana,
park.
the Journey of Water, sponsored by Crocs.
They're a death trap when they're wet, though.
Because you get soggy feet.
Oh.
What about you, Jit?
Crocs flip-flops, though, when they're wet, are like a death trap. I swear you could slip in those and slice your big toe clean off. They're like a dangerous,
It's almost like he speaks from experience.
Yeah, funny, isn't it?
dangerous
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
I'm wincing.
What about you, Jill? What did you pick for your half
Yeah.
expansion?
It's a bit of an odd one from me because I'm not massively a Star Wars fan. I've seen the films. I can tell who are the goodies and who are the baddies. That's about. I've drunk some blue milk. That's about it. But Rise of the Resistance just completely blew me away. I think there's just so much to it. You know, it's so immersive, and from the minute that you get through the queue, I mean, you are on an adventure. And even little wimpy me can manage it. I know there is a drop. I'd done my research. I knew where the drop was coming. It's a tiny little drop. And I managed it. And I thought, yeah, I want to do that again.
Amazing. So even Team Wimp approves.
Yep.
So your next step now is Tower of Terror, Jill. Just
Yeah,
take
I
a
was
drop.
just
Maybe not.
I keep trying.
Go on, Peter. What was yours?
Well, it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
It's just the way that the whole thing is done. It's like World Showcase, but for the Guardians and the planet that they're going to, you know. And I just think Drax is hilarious in it.
Are you
Yeah.
talking about the Xandar, like the work, the
Xandar, yeah,
Xandar.
yeah.
the Xandar showcase?
That's
if
right.
you're
Yeah.
going
That's
through
right,
the
yep.
queue. I like the radio that's playing when you're in the first bit of the queue. That if
Yeah.
it's really not very busy in there and you scoot past that first room,
Yeah.
you miss the audio, which is really, really great.
The bit where they
The
mentioned the
wonders,
turkey leg.
yeah. The wonders of Xandar display, and then like
Yeah.
the little montage moments with Star-Lord and then Terry
Yeah.
Crews appear. All of that is very clever and very funny. Actually, it's a reasonable queue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we all like being citizens of Epcot.
Yeah.
Epcotians.
Epcotians.
Epcotters. What,
Yeah, Epcot.
what- does anybody know what they call themselves?
Has
I
anyone
love
been there
it.
when someone shouted alcoholics?
I haven't. I've heard day drinkers as well.
Yeah.
I've heard
Um,
humour. But a little child shouted humour.
Oh.
yeah,
Does it
day
make you
drinkers.
feel hungry with all the mention of cakes and toast?
Toast.
And,
First
They
there was
missed the
cake,
trick.
now there's toast.
They've missed
I-
the trick. They need a booth outside where food
They
and
do,
wine.
yeah.
They need to have
And
cake toast.
toast.
Yeah. And yeah.
Oh.
What about you, John? What did you go for your park highlight?
I went really. It was really easy for me because on our last visit, none of the new expansion was open. So I actually we saw
Oh,
but
wow.
we saw the testing of the Skyliner. So I had to rule that out. But that probably would have that's going to be one of my real highlights for this year. But the one thing that
Hanging baskets.
but the one thing that did strike me was the whole of the Star Wars expansion, and we were the very final days that we were in Walt Disney World there was like previews going on, and unfortunately we weren't invited, but we were in the Baseline Tap House and sat next.
I know where you were
Yeah.
sat. You were watching that bit with the plastic plants that
Yeah,
covered it, and they screened it all
But we-
off, weren't you? Because we sat there as
and we,
well
and we,
watching
we
them.
shared a table with an American family from New York, and a member of, I think their sister-in-law was a cast member from management, and had got them in the previous day, and then the day that we were chatting to them, they sent in this son and daughter had gone in with this cast member management. It's not what you know, it's who you know, isn't it? But
Always.
but even from that moment and their description of it, I desperately want to go and see it. I want to go and explore it for myself. I knew we weren't going to be going back for a while. I didn't realize it was going to be quite 5 years, but hey, that's another issue. But it's one of those things that I even watched the stuff on YouTube, and I've been very clever. I've not watched any of the Guardians stuff because I just want to go and explore Guardians just for what it is.
Films as well.
Yeah, and I think that before I go might be helpful, mightn't I? So
At least the first one.
Yeah.
I am going to
At least know who they are.
I'm going to ride Guardians until I get a flock of seagulls. I ram. That is it. If it takes me a whole,
It's awesome.
If it takes me a whole 3 weeks of a holiday, that's what's
Every
gonna
day
happen.
going back.
Yeah, I'll be
What about
I'll
you?
be gutted if we're recording the September or October show and I'm coming back and I didn't get to hear it. Can you imagine?
You didn't get it.
Yeah, it'll be a,
Your Disco Inferno on repeat.
oh no, yeah.
One way or another.
No time to-
Conga's the one that I haven't had that I want.
Which one?
Conga.
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
I love Gloria Estefan, so
Yeah.
like
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the one that I really want. If I could guarantee that I'd get that, I'd go back on it. But
Yeah.
until that time, I will sit and wait and hold the bags.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
What about you,
Very
Becca?
Very useful.
Yeah.
So I would have chosen Guardians of the Galaxy, but 3 other people have chosen it. So I decided I'd put a bit of variety in it. And I went for Mickey and Minnie's
Right.
Runaway
Good
Railroad.
call.
Railway.
Aw.
Just
That was almost
because
mine.
Nothing can stop us now.
Now.
the earworm is brilliant.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
cartoon is great. It's so much. It's a fun, cute little ride, and it's the first ride with Mickey and Minnie in it.
Yeah.
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 So I
But-
think it's a mention.
But they did get rid of the Great Movie Ride for it.
Yeah, I'm not that sad about that. So
Oh,
Not sure we can be friends anymore, Becca.
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I liked the Great Movie Ride.
Becca's views do not represent everybody at the Great British Mickey Waffle.
I was so
all views are our own and not representative.
I was so
Yeah.
close to wearing my Great Movie Ride T-shirt for tonight as well, and just at the recording, I
You
was
can send
like,
it to Becca for like
Yeah.
Secret
So-
Santa.
Yeah, I might have.
Great Movie Ride was a good ride, but it was
It's best.
outdated.
It
was
yeah.
Outdated
A little
and
clunky.
a
Classic.
bit clunky.
I mean, Carousel of Progress is technically outdated, but we still love that.
I'm a bit
Well,
clunky.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there are so many other good classic films that you don't and didn't see in the Great Movie Ride.
Oh, but
I always
that's
felt
not.
was a shame.
I think what they could have done is that why add them to an existing ride system? Why don't they have their own ride? There's enough space at Hollywood Studios. They were building Galaxy's Edge. They could have had their own
Yeah.
attraction.
They could.
That's
Didn't
what that.
steal it.
I think it
They have
works
their own attraction.
incredibly well in that Chinese theatre.
It does.
I love the Great Movie Ride, but actually the way they've
pre-show.
integrated Mickey and Minnie into the pre-show and the decor and all of that stuff, I think it is it's really quite epic. And yes, that's another earworm that the Shermans didn't write,
Yes,
but it
indeed.
is a song that will
Yeah.
stick in your head.
Yeah.
It does challenge It's a Small World.
Yeah,
I can't wait to do the version in Disneyland because the pre-show and the queue and everything is completely different. It's the
Oh,
El
exciting.
Capitan Theatre, and
Okay.
because it wasn't, I don't think it was taking over an existing ride. I may be wrong about that,
Okay.
yeah, it's Mickey and Minnie's theatre, and it looks amazing.
We
Will,
did.
will Minnie still kick Pluto into the boot?
I don't like that bit where she kicks Pluto.
Oh,
That's the only bit that
Aw.
makes me a bit sad.
Has
There
anyone
is,
broken
of
down on it before?
course.
into the boot. If you've never
Sorry?
caught that before, you have to watch
No.
it in
Yeah.
the pre-show.
Gives him a
He spins
great old
around.
big kick and thumps him into the boot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his little face.
Oh,
Not
To be
sure
fair to
who.
Minnie, she's not actually paying attention, so she doesn't realise she's done it.
I
Yeah.
think she does. I think it's entirely deliberate.
I feel like I need to go back
Oh.
because I don't really remember that.
Well,
Oh,
We've done it
I'll send
without.
you a video later, Ben.
Yeah.
yeah.
We've done it without the cartoon at the first, without the Goofy bit at first.
oh,
And what they do is they say Goofy's made a mess of this, so just go straight through, and you
Yeah.
go straight through the
oh, that'd be a
opening.
Yeah,
bit
we-
disappointing.
Yeah,
I
we did it once when the mechanism was broken or something.
Yeah. I remember during the pandemic that when after reopening that it was a while before they were able to do the pre-show because obviously
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
together.
people in the
Yeah.
space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
And of
pre-
course, there's the Pluto subplot they have to look for.
Indeed.
Pluto has his own little storyline that you need to follow.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can watch it so many times. There's so many different things.
So
to
many
see.
different things. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for my park expansion highlight, I did have, and like I said, I had a number of different things on my list. I had Guardians on there, but other people chose that, and then I decided, and then I thought of something, but it isn't in a park, so I've had to change it to something that's inside a park because that's what we're talking about. Apart from Robin in a Skyliner, but we'll let her have that.
Sorry.
It's all right. No, it's fine. And I have gone for something that has infinitely improved Disney's Hollywood Studios, and that is Woody's Rodeo Roundup Barbecue Restaurant.
Okay, we haven't had a
Okay.
chance to do that yet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, the eating options in Hollywood Studios were not all that. Sit down restaurant.
Let's go to
Like-
McDonald's recipe.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Um,
Get
sounds good.
outside and eat
What-
in the summer.
what was wrong with
Yeah.
the commissary?
Yeah.
yeah. Like the Brown Derby's lovely, but
Yeah.
you need to remortgage your house to be able to go there for again.
Yeah.
And 50s prime time is reasonable, but
Yeah.
Hollywood and Slime is not great. There's
And-
so many
Yeah. I
poor.
don't like being told off for having dinner.
There were so many very average restaurants, and actually for a long time we wouldn't eat in Hollywood Studios. We would go there for the morning, leave, and then come back later on
Yeah.
because there really
Yeah.
isn't anywhere to eat.
We still do.
Roundup Barbecue is a whole other level, and I really love the restaurant. I like the theming. It's very clever, it's very quirky, and it's got an enormous sense of humour behind all of the different scenes that is sat
Yeah.
there. If you ask one of the cast members, they'll get one of the managers to walk you around and show you all the hidden Easter eggs. And I think there's like 26 of them on top of the hidden Mickeys. They're very, very cleverly created. The food is outstanding. I have had the non-meat option every time, and I've never seen so much food for one person. It's ridiculous. The vegan chicken thing that's meant to look like a chicken drumstick is incredible. The cauliflower is amazing. The amount of food that you get for what you're paying, I think, it slightly concerns me about food waste, but that's not the topic of this conversation. I think it's a really clever, very well delivered restaurant. The cast members are excellent, and I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who was looking for somewhere you can sit down and have a meal that's not overly expensive.
Cool.
high quality.
I've got to say that's praise indeed from you, Claire, as well. I don't think there's
Absolutely.
in all 5 years of doing this, there's not very many places that you come out and say they were outstanding.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, definitely. And in park as well. And
for me.
you know, I guess that for me it's gotta meet that threshold of, is it worth my while sitting in a restaurant in park for maybe 90 minutes? This absolutely ticks the box. I think I've been there 3 times now, and every time it's been very, very good. It's very consistent. Definitely recommend.
Superb.
I have a question. Have
Yeah.
you been there since they've reduced the menu?
When did they do that? I was there in December.
January.
So since then
No,
they've
no.
reduced the menu. So I haven't been since, and I'm a little bit salty because some of the things that I really liked they've reduced.
Have they reduced the sides options?
They've reduced the sides options. They've reduced the salads. They took off the only salad I liked. They've left that awful watermelon one.
Oh, I quite the watermelon mint salad.
Yeah,
I
no,
quite like that.
no,
Did you like the tomato and cucumber one?
no, that's the other one that
That's-
stayed.
that's
It was
excellent.
the actual salad, the one that had leaves in it. I like that.
And the real life salad.
That one's gone.
Proper salad.
Yeah, married.
So I think they've ditched the green goddess dressing there. I think that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so the married spuds option has gone,
that
which was the
tater
loaded
tots
tater
with
tots.
the-
They're just
Yeah,
plain
yeah.
tater tots now. The salad
Okay.
with the green goddess dressing is gone. The fried pickles are gone. The
Oh, wow.
potato salad's gone.
Do you think it's one of
empire
those things we've had with menus before that it takes them a little while to work out what the menu is, and
think-
then they change every few months as well?
So it must have been open, what, 18
No,
months?
no, they
right?
didn't. They haven't put anything in its place. They've
They
just
just
reduced
reduced
it.
it. I think it's probably the least
Yeah, they've
Select
scouted the
items.
things that aren't being picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So what's the restaurant's been open 18 months, 2 years
Yeah.
ish.
Oh,
And
has
I
it
guess
been
it's
that long.
yeah, I think it was like beginning of last year it opened.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Because we definitely went in spring last year and it had been open a little while. And I guess that's exactly what they've done, Simon, is they've gone, right, let's have a quick review of what people are ordering. Right,
Yeah.
they're not ordering those 5 things, let's take them off the menu. Let's not waste money creating something people don't want. You know, it may be in future they replace it with something else, but you know, the corn is extremely good. And so is all of the rest of the menu. The drinks are good. The little puddings are a bit strange.
Yeah,
They come in
they're
like a
not the
little
best.
jar. They're not.
They're not the best.
Yeah.
Do
I-
not go for
Strawberry-
I
those.
tell you what,
The
the
strawberry peach
the-
thing is quite
that-
nice.
and the Cool Whips stuff, whatever's on the top of that, that's non-dairy, tastes amazing.
Could you say it properly, please? If you're going to reference Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Join us next time as we take a look back at our favourite TV shows or films from the last 5 years. You can follow us on our socials at GB Mickey Waffle. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe for even more waffle. Thank you for tuning in to the Great British Mickey Waffle, and see you real soon.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing.